Good afternoon, guys. Had a really interesting morning this morning, comparing some of my older Swedish saws with one of my Japanese saws. So I was running, they're in shop actually in the back, but I was running one of my Johnson 70s against my Johnson 80, against one of my Echo 60s, and the Johnson 80 is the clear winner. So I have a couple of project saws, which, well, I don't have a couple of project saws, I have a load of project saws, but I have a few project saws I'm going to be putting up for sale, which I just haven't managed to get to. Been hanging in the collection for a while, and really kind of spurred on to move some of these on, just 'cause I haven't done anything, just because this particular one, somebody, nice guy, shout out Patrick in Ireland, has bought another one for spares, and so I thought I'll show a couple of my other ones which are needing a little bit of work. So Homelite C51, beautiful Homelite saw, going up for parts or spares. She had, well, when they made, so made from the mid 60s, so 64, only a short run as well, 77cc. They run a 50.8mm piston and a 38.1mm stroke, so very similar to all the kind of the Steel 045, Steel 07, Johnson 75, etc. That classification of saw, but just because it's the imperial size or an English size, English 2-inch piston, that extra 0.0 on the piston gives it the extra couple of cc's. Never cut with her. They can run from a 16 to they say on paper up to a 30-inch bar. So this one's always seemed a tiny bit lazy on the throttle, and really just wants going through completely. But she was a really nice clean example of that period of saw. So she's just been hung up. Serial number badge in place. All the fins on the pull start housing, which they're prone to breaking, all in place. Nice air filter. What is she missing? She is missing, so she doesn't have the felling spike. She has one or two little baby screws not present, and the outside chain guide plate. Inside one's the most important, but the outside one would be nice to have on her as well. So running a beautiful, so the bar is, I believe the bar is a Sandvik vintage bar, and it's a really old vintage Colton 404 semi-chisel chain, and Colton got a great name. Again, used to work at Oregon, so it's Ray Colton. So some real history, some lovely bits on the saw, but the laziness in the engine. Let me show you how she runs. Have these beautiful little aluminium mufflers, very loud. So starts really lovely. Doesn't have the same level of compression as one of my nearly new C51s. So she's obviously had some work done. We've obviously done some work, and never cut with her. Guys, a change of plan. Alright, I'll pause the video. I don't know why I haven't cut with her. Let's grab my helmet and gloves, and I'll put her through some wood and let's see how she performs. Back in a minute. Hi guys. Okay, so let's see how she performs. So I love some of these early saws. They're just beautiful pieces just to have hanging up, bits of history. And weight wise, I believe these are, should know, 'cause I only weighed one of the power heads the other day for this other gentleman. So I'm pretty sure the power head on its own is around the 8 kilo mark, eight just over maybe. So around, what does that make it? 8 kilos, 17 and a half pounds. So probably the bar and chain setup, 404 pitch, looking around 20 pounds. Okay, let's see how she performs. Well, that's really surprising. So that's that's like wow, look, they're like spaghetti pieces. How fantastic. How absolutely fantastic. And what's the cut like? Let's have a look at the cut. Well, it's really knotty wood. Well, cuts a little bit. It's not super clean, so I guess the chain needs to be balanced up. I mean, it's rock solid wood, really through a knotted section as well. Double knots, yeah. Guys, 1 second, let's find something else for them. That's really surprising, actually. It's just so even though the engine sounds lazy, she's still 77 cc's. Just check sure. Yeah. Look at the size of these chippings. So she's still 77 cc's and just lazy. I think they're only offload. They're only about the 6,000 RPM mark, and then loaded with the tackle one, I think one of my other, that's a strong engine, it's only around the 4,500 mark RPM. So let's go again. They're just so lazy, and that's yeah, beautiful chippings, beautiful. And let's see what she's like with this type of wood. say the chain definitely needs, presumably, just balancing out and then the teeth dressing. But there you go, she cuts really, really well. Cuts really, really well. So there she is. So she has her little flaws. She's a little lazy, down on compression, still starts and runs, but maybe as a project saw, because of her starting position now, and no real damage anywhere on the saw to speak about, if at all any. So she's really, and that's really hard to find on some of these 1960s saws. So I think they were from 64 to 68, or so I guess that makes her, there you go, kind of 55 plus years old. Incredibly. Let me show her on a restart for you guys. And what's really nice as well, the correct original Homelite pull handle, and her earlier brother, which is the C5, that used an older style pull start mechanism, which similar to that on, well, onto so many saws, the Pioneers, the early Steels, just a whole host, where it would be the cammed dogs where they would both splay out and you'd use the friction washer assembly. This one uses a double roller bearing assembly, and it's a really beautifully engineered solution for starting. Guys, what I might do actually, while the camera's still running, just pick it up and do a quick walk around as well. And even if it's not suitable for you guys out there, it's they're just beautiful pieces of history to see. They are. So gorgeous construction. Nice to have the serial number plate. These are always, you can see this one just moving slightly. These were, well, they're not blind rivets actually, they are like the early Husqvarna rivets. They have a cutting tooth, which is like a helical cutting tooth on the shaft of the rivet. You knock them in and then they cut their way into the aluminium casing. So pull start housing, no brakes. There's a couple of screws missing. This beautiful, I think this is a Sandvik bar with these markers. This is has good teeth life as well left on it, and that's the Colton chain. Real history with Ray Colton and his starting off of his chain company. Correct filler caps, no brakes. She had a brand new spark plug a while ago I put in her, which is a B6S and equivalent to the period one for the day. Manual oiler working, choke and throttle lock, kill switch, everything present and working. No brakes to the side cover. Actually, she had I think it was a virtually, or I don't think it was new old stock, but it was a mint clutch drum that was put onto her as well. And no brakes on the top cover, and the air filter housing. And this gorgeous Tillotson carburettor setup. Guys, thanks for watching. That's the Homelite C51 project saw going up on eBay. Spares a repair, but hopefully find its way to another fellow collector that wants to finish her off and make her perfect, or maybe just a great source of spare parts. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.